That was your cue.
Well, you leave the room a lot. Am I supposed to follow you into the men's room when you leave the room, or what? Listen, I'm full. Aren't you going to ask me how I am?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm still full from the weekend.
You look fabby.
I look fabu.
You look fabu. You look great.
Thanks.
You got some sun, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sort of glad. I'm in a way, in a perverse way, I'm sort of glad the weekend's over because this one wore me out.
Oh yeah.
What did y'all do over the 4th, quickly?
I saw my best friend Adam, who was in town from California. In a nutshell, that's what I did.
And.
Well, we do the parade. It's a working holiday. It's a busy day. It was delightful.
Yeah.
There were 15,000 folks, and then everybody ended up in the Redemption Center. 14,990 folks were down there. Isn't that right?
Yeah, had I known, I would have showed up.
Oh, they were loaded. You were loaded with bodies.
Free snow cones and popcorn. How can you beat that?
They had snow cones on the street. Can you imagine that?
Imagine it, red, white, and blue snow cones too.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
So that it's
I missed it.
Elgin's a wonderful July 4th day.
Oh, it's spectacular. Best one in the area.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. And last year we were in the parade, if you remember.
I remember.
I went to that big rooftop party at East Bank Friday evening, and then Saturday morning I did something out of the ordinary for me. I took a walking food tour of downtown Chicago with Taste Bud Tours.
Oh, nice.
Which reminds me, our special in-studio guest today is Lynn Janes, and he's the owner and creator of Taste Bud Tours of Chicago. And Lynn's here to give us the scoop on his incredible walking food tours, and also to give us some insight into the entrepreneurial way he turned a wheelbarrow full of lemons into a gastronomic gold mine.
Cool.
Just like
How's that one, eh?
Yeah, there you go.
And after being downsized from a long-time pharmaceutical sales position, there is hope, class, if you've been downsized. And this is the part of our Get Rich Quick, or not really so quick series for you entrepreneurs out there, so please stay tuned. And the Chicago Marathon is now 14 weeks away, and I'm right on schedule with my daily walking training. And I've been logging about 6 miles a day now on average, so I'm up to that.
Good for you.
Thus far, not all at once, but I'm working on it. And without wasting too much more time, in the studio with us today are Mike Hunziker, you know who he is, one of my favorite guy pals, and Jeff Myers, my amazing co-host. And of course, our YouTube camera girl, Valerie the Swan. Let's switch gears for a sec. I want to talk Casey Anthony. Not guilty? Are they kidding?
Yeah. Hey, what are you gonna do?
Like one woman outside the courthouse said, what trial was the jury at? And this was billed as America's most highly emotionally charged case since O.J. Do you believe that?
Sure, I believe it.
And what do y'all think?
I've got no comment.
None? As a father, none?
We go with what the jury says.
I
Well,
said the
don't say
same
that.
thing.
You have an opinion.
I said the same thing about O.J. I said he didn't do it because he was not convicted of it. Later on in life, he got what was coming to him.
Not yet.
Sooner or later, it's going to come around full circle, and I leave that kind of stuff alone. I have my own personal feelings, yes, but I leave it alone.
You know, Nancy Grace's shorts are in a knot, but she makes a lot of sense. I like that woman. She gets rabid.
Sure.
And as a father, though, Mikey, I was concerned, or what's the word that I want?
For the sake of the radio, we'll go with concern.
Concerned. Preoccupied.
No, I wanted your opinion.
Well,
do you think it was an accident, or do you think it was a cover-up?
no such thing as an accident in this case. One of the things that is proof positive to me, and Michael Green talked about it this morning, your child is missing. If my child is missing, if his child is missing, I am doing nothing. I'm not eating, I'm not sleeping, I'm not partying, I'm not out socializing. I am doing nothing until I find out where is my child.
Call out the dogs.
So, what are these people doing for those 30 days?
And plus, what did it for me, I think, more than anything, was the fact the kid was duct taped. You don't duct tape somebody that's already dead.
Of course not.
And you don't put a heart sticker over the duct tape over her mouth, and only a mother would do that, not the grandfather. So I don't even believe of the molestation accusations.
Well, how much of this did the jury get to hear? How much of this was the jury
Didn't
not
they get to hear
able
it all
hear?
about it?
I'm only asking.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And you know something, now we have a lynch mob mentality, so no matter where Casey goes for the rest of her life, she will always be Casey Anthony, the child killer.
That's why I leave it alone.
That's
And,
her curse, yeah, that's her curse.
you know,
I don't encourage that either.
I don't either, but you know it's going to happen.
Well,
People
I
are
don't-
going to be
that's why
spitting on her.
That's why my personal feelings should stay out of it, especially when I'm behind the microphone. I don't encourage that, so I'm not going to tell everybody that's what I think should happen.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in her shoes.
Okay.
Anyway, that said, let's switch gears and talk about something that makes everyone smile.
Please.
Food. Glorious food. Lynn Janes, who's going to share his interesting story about his newest venture, Taste Bud Tours of Chicago. It's an amazing walking food tour of some of Chicago's iconic, legendary eateries. And Lynn's quite an interesting guy who suddenly found himself out of work one day. And he started a walking foodie tour of all of Chicago's finest eateries. And now he employs 8 and is set to expand to tours of Wrigley Field, we hear a rumor, and New Orleans, the eat capital of the universe. And he has a few other neat stories to tell us, like how to turn a pile again of lemons into not only lemonade, but dollars. So come, eat, walk, learn, and listen about Chicago's iconic foods, and stay tuned for another Don't Miss show. But make yourself a nice low-carb snack, because this is going to make you real hungry by the time we're done talking about this one. But meanwhile, back at the WRMN Ranch, today's show is brought to you again by
Dr. Claire Elias, of course. You know Dr. Claire. And did you see Dr. Claire this week?
No, but I'm sitting up straight.
Yes.
Just the mere mention of her name
has got you ready for the marathon, 98 days away. Well done. We'll give that credit to
he's good with math.
your doctor and Dr. Claire as well. 847-888-9988 for an appointment from Dr. Claire Elias, as you know. And she is located right at 2001 Larkin Avenue, Chiropractic Care.
Is it really 98 days away?
14 times 7, that's how we do it. That's all that. There's no trick to it.
You're such a whiz. Now we have to add math to his wizardry. Besides sports, don't ask anything sports to this guy. He knows it all. And would also like to thank snobhounds.com, a canine clothing company. Think Nike meets Donna Karan, but for canines. It's real environmental protection wear. And Casey Tool, an automotive specialty tool company, available through your Snap-on mobile tool distributor. And a very special thank you to Casey for making this show and all of our shows possible. And it's time for Laura's Motivational Minute with the quote of the week.
Here we go.
Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising up every time we fail.
Ooh, your food man knows this.
There you go.
Repeat. That's a good quote for you.
It is a good quote.
Douglas MacArthur.
Al Capone, because it's some kind of Chicago
RWE. RWE.
RWE. William Randolph Hearst.
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Oh, that was my third guess.
It was.
So, if you found yourself eating everything in sight this past weekend like you were going to be shot at sunrise, don't let a little diet slip up, trip you up. Do like I do and get right back on the scale, first thing the next morning, and slip on those walking shoes and get your buns out the door on that cardio walk. Nothing boils the weight off faster like a nice, brisk walk, combined, of course, with a good, effective diet.
That's you right
Thank
there.
you. And if you're doing the walking and the weight's still not coming off, you might not be doing the diet that's right for you. So maybe you'll join us at our next Commit to Get Fit class at Elgin's Community College. Check ECC's website and program for details, class dates, and times. And do you want to say a word or two about my upcoming program at Gail Borden in August?
Oh gosh, you're going to be there for a wonderful time. You're going to get a chance to bring your knowledge right to the Gail Borden Public Library. Did you guys go get the flyer last week? Did you go get one?
Yes.
Well, you know it. You know how good it is.
Yeah.
Did you bring it along with you today?
It's in the car.
It's in the valise. Well, check the Gail. Here you go. GailBorden.info. Go to your website or call the 742-2400 information for your appearance right there at the Gail Borden Library in August.
And it's on August 17th.
Do you know? August 17th, yeah.
And then I'm going to be doing a Commit to You personal improvement program at ECC,
That
Elgin
night?
Community College. No, on Saturday, August 27th.
All right.
And we will talk about that. I have a testimonial later that will
nice.
really demonstrate.
Testimony on Tuesday. Almost it is on Wednesday.
Almost,
How many hours are you there on the 17th at Gail Borden?
I'm only there 1 hour on
1
the
hour.
17th, but the class at ECC is going to be 7 hours and includes an hour off for lunch, and ECC is serving us lunch. Their culinary
nice.
department. It's going to be fabulous. That said, it's time for today's in-studio special guest, Lynn Janes, again, owner and creator of Taste Bud Tours of Chicago. They're walking food tours that give you a taste of Chicago all year long. And Lynn will also share his incredible story about how he went from an out-of-work pharmaceutical salesman to, well, we'll let Lynn tell us all about it. So let's give a warm LDJ welcome to Lynn Janes, Tourmeister of Taste Bud Tours of Chicago. Welcome, Lynn.
Well, thank you, Laura. How are you today?
I'm okay. Did you bring any food?
Hey, I got a Diet Coke.
You didn't bring any brownies?
Count.
No brownies.